Did you know that inner strength can be developed like a muscle? And it's a key. It's a key to unlocking unshakable confidence, guys. All right. Just like any muscle, anyway, you need to be patient and understand that creating something that can completely transform your life is a long-term goal. Okay. And this is true for your biceps, your heart's persistence, and for so many examples as well. And of course, for your inner strength as well. Okay. So, how can we cultivate inner strength to boost our self confidence and face life's challenges, guys? We don't know yet, but that's what we're going to discuss today. Hi, guys. My name is Fabio from Journey to Success, and welcome. Today, we're going to learn how to develop and grow your inner strength, which is crucial for boosting your self-confidence. But before to go forward, as always, please subscribe, okay? So I know this is the right direction to lead you guys, to drive you, to guide you towards your journey to success. And let's get started, right? As always. So, many people struggle with self-doubt and insecurity. We know that. Which can hold them back from achieving their goals and living their best lives, all right? We've discussed already many topics related to overcoming self-doubt and insecurity, but we have not explored yet the concept of inner strength. So how does inner strength develop? First of all, it is born from impactful emotional challenges. The bigger the challenge, the stronger you become. For example, I have a friend who is going through a divorce right now, dealing with, a house, children, the whole package, basically. Despite everything, when she feels tired, she tries her best to stay positive for herself and her kids, okay? When she feels sad, she does her best to find happiness, so she always tries her best to be up. And I'm sure that during moments when she thinks she can't go on, she also realizes she's stronger than she ever thought. See, guys, human beings are fascinating. We are fascinating because we often believe that we cannot tolerate certain emotions or situations when unfortunate events happen to us, okay? But at the end, in the end of the story, we have only two choices here. Give up, which leads to stagnation, hoping that something will change for the better. Sitting on the couch, sleeping all day, and self-destructing your life seem like the solution to all your problems, basically. Or move on. So the other path is becoming stronger. To improve our lives. And of course, giving up and slowing down at first is part of the process for developing your future resilience when you finally decide to change your life for the better, okay? But as long as you don't remain in self-destruction forever, so that's very important. But as I mentioned before, we're beautiful miracles. So sooner or later, we all want to overcome that impulse to give up, all right? Facing life like beer on steroids. All of this, my friends, is what I call inner strength, by the way. So this is how inner strength is born. Now, how do we reach a point where inner strength boosts self-confidence? In my opinion, this process is pretty automatic and can be divided into 4 steps. Challenges, self-doubt, self-realization, and growth. Let me share a simple example to make this clearer. When I was on vacation, when we were on vacation with my fiancé, we were in Italy, my sister-in-law, she was in our house, and she called us and said that she burned her hand because she didn't know that the handle of the pen, right, was not insulated. So she basically picked it up directly with her hands without any protection, okay? Evidently, my mother-in-law has pens with insulated handles, okay? So she had a different experience. So in this situation, we see the challenges, So before we talk about these four steps, the steps are challenges, self-doubt, self-realization, and growth. So in this case, we have the challenges, the struggles, the obstacles. So this is the first key. So my sister-in-law was desperate and in pain, okay, which made her feel emotions like self-doubt, of course. The second key, self-doubt, insecurity, lack of confidence. However, she then experienced self-realization, okay, the third key. So she realized that from that moment on, she needed to use a cloth to handle the pen, okay? And lastly, finally, we have growth and empowerment, the fourth key. So from that day forward, she always used a cloth to lift the pen, which boosted her self-confidence in the kitchen. So this is a straightforward but fundamental example. It shows a pattern that can be applied to many aspects of our lives, guys. So the bigger the struggle, the bigger the potential for overcoming it, and then the greater our self-confidence can become, okay? Let's break down this experience for my sister-in-law still. Even if she didn't realize it, she likely experienced these three forms of emotions: embracing failure, setting boundaries, and positive self-talk. These three emotions are fundamental to building inner strength, and her situation is, of course, it's just one example among billions of similar situations, large or small, all right? And that can happen to us every day in our life. So, first emotion, embracing failure. So, when she strangled and reached out to us, she was literally embracing failure in that moment. This is the most important part of the process because it's when you realize that you need to learn something to move forward, okay? The only way to learn is by acknowledging that you are failing at something. So this is the step one, checked. Number two, second emotion, setting boundaries. So considering the example of my sister-in-laws and before also the example of my friend experience with divorce, it's crucial to recognize the impact of embracing failure, okay? Only a few know that failure is part of the learning process. A good percentage realize later that they learned because they failed, while another group thinks that learning and failure are not two different sides of the same coin. However, regardless of the relationship between failure and the people, between failure and you guys, the truth is that everyone recognizes something during their failures, and they notice a breaking point, as if something has cracked. Okay, so this feeling can be scary. However, this apparent break is just a step before your personal growth. Yes, challenge can break our protective shell, even if it's temporary. But we need to rebuild that shell. How do we do that? By setting boundaries. So all of this introduction for this second emotion, setting boundaries. Here I'm gonna give you the same example. So during her divorce, my friend had to set boundaries with her ex-partner, and of course, it is for any divorce, right? And it is absolutely normal when you need to grow. You must bring order to your life, and to do that, boundaries are crucial, guys, are important. The example of my sister-in-law. So my sister-in-law called us and expressed her feelings by saying, "Guys, I didn't know the pan was insulated. You could say to me." Now, we're not discussing if the complaint was right or wrong, all right? What matters is that during the process of developing inner strength, it's normal for the brain to try to rebuild that protective shell. And part of that involves setting boundaries, of course, something that her brain was also doing with me and her sister to facilitate, sorry guys, the next step. The next step is positive self-talk. So, third emotion, positive self-talk. So, what it is? Well, after embracing failure, first emotion, and after establishing boundaries, second emotion, the next step is to affirm, okay, come on, I can do this. I can do it. And this applies whether we're talking about cooking, dealing with a divorce, launching a podcast, pursuing success, any kind of goal. You know, we all, at the end of the story, when we go through about something, we feel that energy, right? We say, "Yeah, we can do it. I can do it. I'm good. I'm gonna achieve it. I'm gonna be good." And if we fail again, that's okay. We always start the process over and over until we reach our goals, our dreams, our life's purpose. Okay, it's not that beautiful. It is so beautiful. Are we not that strong? We are so strong. That's the reason why I always like um, to talk about this kind of topics, right? When is about resilience, and in this case, inner strength and success, failure that is part of success, because it's part of us, and you really should realize how much strong you are. Hmm? So anyway, to develop true confidence. Hey guys, just a quick break. Here at Journey to Success, I want to welcome you into something special, the Journey to Success Club. It is more than just a newsletter. You will become part of the club. When you subscribe for free, you'll be the first to know when new episodes are out, where you also get extra inspiration to fuel your own journey with daily motivation from me. And if you have never thought about growing your Substack community or using it to support your business, product, or podcast like I do, I would love to offer you a free 15-minute session to show you how to avoid common mistakes and grow on Substack. Just check the 2 links below to join the club and start growing your community right now. We're in this together, guys. Now, back to the show. And build inner strength. We often need to confront the usual thing at the end of the story, right? Always around the corner, always there are fears. Fear of cooking, fear of launching a podcast, fear of breaking up, fear of divorce, fear of showing someone your feelings, fear of everything, basically. So the current fears we have often arise from past experiences, first of all. And these fears can arise from patterns we observe in our families, in our friends, or even from genes that influence us in certain ways. It's not science fiction. It's something that I don't remember where I read it. Maybe I watched something, but it has been scientifically proven that the emotions of our progenitors are part of our genes. I think was an episode of Lewis Howes. I think was a guest. Yes, I guess was a guest. And anyway, these fears are part of us, guys. Whether we know the source or not, whether we like it or not, they're part of us. They attempt to influence our present by warning us about the future. And lastly, unfortunately, they interfere with our inner strength. And it's disaster. It's not good. Because the more we nourish these fears, the more they prevent us from reaching our goals. Okay? Fears, guys, are like seeds in a vast garden, okay? We care for them, we water them, but the result is not a beautiful flower or a bunch of lovely roses. It doesn't work like that. Instead, we often end up with thorny weeds that block our growth and inner strength. So, how to overcome in this case and make sure that our inner strength grows stronger and faster than ever? Two fundamental points. First of all, you need to focus. Overcoming your fears and developing your inner strength requires focus, guys. The same focus you have when committing to a diet or studying for an exam. Focus is crucial, first of all. The second point is to value the outcome. Let me give you another example, still involving my sister-in-law. I think I'm going to make her listen to this episode. So, what is the example? Well, I hope she will join us for this Halloween experience in Amsterdam. So there is this Halloween experience in Amsterdam, and I love it, and which is not that scary. It's not that scary. I wouldn't say not at all, but I don't know. From 0 up 10, it's scary 3, honestly, maybe less 3. And it's beautiful. It's called the Amsterdam Dungeon. I don't know if you know it. You can look it up. It's so absolutely wonderful. I love it, even if they do the same things every year, honestly. However, this year, there is a new scene with Jack the Ripper. And so I really want to go. But anyway, let's stay on the topic, sorry. The point is, she doesn't want to come with us. So regardless of what I say about the fact that it is not a horrific experience and everything, okay, she doesn't want to come. And the reason is evidently that she had an experience where an actor scared her while she was walking near the entrance. See, here, you can already see how our fears are connected, mainly originating from past experiences, first of all. And, but especially in this case, she knows that so my sister-in-law knows that overcoming this fear is not going to add much value to her life. Okay, when I say to you, the second point is to value the outcome. Consciously or subconsciously, we always try to value the outcome. All right, how much the outcome can give to us. So, what I will say, that she knows that overcoming this fear is not going to add much value to her life, for sure. And yes, she might have a nice time with us, but that positive experience is not enough to motivate her to face her fear, okay? So she's comfortable with her decision, and that's fine. I mean, I'm still trying to convince her because I'm stubborn. But sticking to our topic, this reaction is normal. Why is it normal? Because overcoming fears to reinforce your inner strength requires a lot of energy, a lot. So if your purpose is not strong enough and you prefer to save that energy for overcoming more significant fears or pursuing meaningful goals, that's perfectly okay. That's fine. And you shouldn't feel guilty about it, all right? And you shouldn't force this feeling. However, suppose your purpose is something worth achieving. That's the point. What if the purpose is something worth achieving, something meaningful in your life? In that case, remember to be focused and go forward. Because evidently it's something important for you. It's not like, an horror experience. And I also recommend you revisit this episode, listen to it a couple of times to study more valid points the moment you try to face your fears. To listen at my episode or episodes like mine. Okay, now let's break down what we talk about today. As always, first, we discussed what inner strength is, okay? It's a muscle. It's like a muscle. You grow it by facing challenges, and it's key to building confidence, okay? Patience and consistency are essential, important, because it's a long-term process, guys, just like training your body, okay? Then we explore how inner strength develops. So it's born from emotional challenges. The bigger the challenge, the stronger you become. I share examples such as, my friend going through a divorce and my sister-in-law learning from a small but meaningful experience in the kitchen. This show that even everyday struggles teach us resilience and self-confidence. Okay. Next, we broke down the process into 4 steps. First, we have challenges. This is where it all starts. Life will test you with struggles, obstacles, everything, unexpected situations. Challenges push you out of your comfort zone and show you what you are truly capable of. The bigger the challenge, the more potential there is to grow. Self-doubt. Number 2, when facing challenges, it's natural to feel fear, guys. It's natural to feel insecurity, uncertainty. These moments are important because they reveal areas where you need to strengthen yourself. So feeling doubt is not weakness. It's a signal. It's a signal that growth is happening. Number 3, self-realization. After, facing a challenge and experiencing doubt, you start seeing lessons and solutions. So you recognize what you need to change, what boundaries to set, and how to improve, okay, overall. And this is the turning point where struggles begins to become empowerment. And then we have the growth. So finally, you take action based on what you learn. You implement challenges, build confidence, and notice that each challenge makes you stronger, guys. Grow is not instant. Remember that. It's the result of consistently applying lessons from every struggle, okay? After that, we talked about 3 key tools to develop inner strength actively, guys. First, embracing failures, okay? More than the key tools, there are emotions. These are emotions that you automatically must face during this process to boost your inner strength. So the first one is embracing failure. So accept that mistakes are part of the journey, and each failure is a lesson that teaches you how to do better next time. Without failure, guys, real growth cannot happen, okay? Number 2, setting boundaries. So protect your energy and create structure in your life, okay? Boundaries, guys, help you focus on what matters. Avoid unnecessary stress. And especially maintain mental and emotional strength while facing challenges. And then the third motion, is the positive self-talk. So what you tell yourself shapes your confidence. So affirm your abilities, remind yourself of progress, and celebrate small wins. Okay, that's very important. Saying things like "I can do this" or "I'm growing stronger." Rewire your mindset, and of course, boost and reinforce your inner strength. Finally, lastly, we covered fears. They often come from past experiences or patterns in our families, friends, genes, evidently, and fears can block growth. But with focus and valuing meaningful outcomes, we can overcome them and strengthen our inner resilience, okay? So the full story about how to build and improve your inner strength, it's pretty clear. Face challenges, learn from failure, set boundaries, and use positive self-talk. So focus on what truly matters, and your inner strength and confidence, trust me, will grow. Okay, now, I want to hear from you. How do you face challenges in your life, guys? What is one moment where you discover your own inner strength and grew more confident? Send me a message on below. As always, share your story or connect with me on Substack. I would love to know. Sorry. I would love to know. So, if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to subscribe, of course, so you never miss an update. And even more importantly, share this episode with a friend who might need a reminder that they are stronger than they think. Thank you so much for being here on Journey to Success. Remember, together we are building inner strength and confidence, one challenge at a time. I'll see you in the next episode. Cheers, guys.